Hi, I'm Brooke Delgado, and this is my weekly unemployment update. I am in humid Kansas City, Missouri right now and loving it. I love the heat and will absorb as much of it as I can. I had 2 interviews this week. The first one, I was 3 minutes late to. And it's because it's the first phone interview where I had to call in. Every phone interview I've had thus far, someone's called me. So sitting at my kitchen table 5 minutes early, waiting for a phone call. It's 3 minutes past, and I think, okay, maybe I should email the person that's going to interview me. And that's when I realized I was supposed to call into a conference call number. So I get on the line, and all I say is I apologize for the delay. I made it a point not to give an excuse. And I try to do that just throughout life. If I can, I will explain why. I will give as many facts, objective facts as possible, but I will try to avoid excuses. And I am not perfect at that by any means. But it says a lot when you can own a mistake or an error, when you simply say, I acknowledge that I did something wrong. Let's move on. Or what do I need to do to make this right for us? So that's kind of what I did. I just said sorry for the delay and moved on. I thought it was a good interview. I'm crossing my fingers for second rounds. He's just kind of doing a pre-screening right now just to see who's actually interested in the job. That's a controller role. And then the next interview I have is tomorrow. And I'm excited about the interview for tomorrow. I'm working with the recruiter. And one of the things he asked me to be prepared to talk about were synergies that I have had while working in other positions. And I've noticed in a lot of job descriptions, the word collaboration is used heavily, especially when you get up to a manager or leadership role. Companies want to know, can you work with other teams? Can you work cross-functionally with other departments to fulfill a need for the company? And I started thinking back in my career, and I've done that throughout my entire career. I think the majority of me working with other teams was to help my department in some way. I need to automate a manual process, and I need the IT department's help to get this done. So I would go to them, and it says a lot when you can work cross-functionally with another team and get something accomplished, especially if that something is not on the other team's agenda. But then again, I've also been in a lot of support roles where my job was to support another department, and I got to highlight a lot of those just in my interview prep. So I'm excited for tomorrow, and I hope I get the opportunity to share a lot of those things. Updates on the book. I did finish How to Be an Anti-Racist. And that is a heavy, heavy book. I listened to it on Audible. I joined a book club, and I'm going to be going by a couple of chapters at a time, diving in deep and discussing it with people who just want to learn more about what's going on with the protests and systemic racism in America. And I cannot wait to get in and really listen and take notes and try to unlearn a lot of stuff that I've just thought was common knowledge or common sense growing up. And there's so much to digest and look in the mirror about, to say, you know what, I handled a few situations in my past wrong, and they had racist undertones to them. So it's going to take me a couple of months, I think, to get through the deep dive of this book. So I will say I just finished round 1 of How to Be an Anti-Racist. If you are interested in the book club, let me know sooner than later, and I can get you linked in with the group. We haven't officially started, but we've already got emails going and trying to work out all the logistics of when we're going to meet and whatnot. I'm also reading a book called Sing for Your Life. And it is about a guy who is a black man who's an opera singer, but he grew up in an abusive home, single parent home, rough neighborhoods, had anger management issues growing up. He is not supposed to be the type of guy that grows up and becomes an opera singer. And I'm really excited about this book because it addresses racism, it addresses poverty, it addresses what goes on in the school systems when it comes to anger management issues with kids, but it also talks about the special people in this guy's life that gave him a chance, that saw something in him that made them want to invest their time to build him up. And I've got 3 or 4 chapters left of this book, so I will be happy to pass it along. If you are interested, I will I'll show it in my next week's video, but it's called Sing for Your Life, and it's a biography, so he's not the one that wrote it. It's a biography about this guy who's an opera singer. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate you. If you have any feedback or questions for me, please reach out. Thanks. Bye.